City volunteers and university students present a fashion show featuring secondhand clothing. City volunteers help renovate a care recipient's dilapidated house. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. City volunteers and teachers and students from Shih University's Fashion Design Department joined hands to present a special fashion show. It made use of secondhand clothing. Teachers and students transformed old clothes, giving them new life.
These children are playing the role of fashion models as they walk the runway and show special children's costumes. Attention was paid to environmental protection as secondhand clothes were used.
We took this denim fringe as a type of special design concept, pairing it with metal buckles. These are commonly used denim accessories and even a washing label. Even if it is used clothing, it can have a very fresh feeling.
By recycling and reusing used clothes, this means we will not waste any resources. These fabrics can also be sustainably developed.
This eco-friendly fashion show was jointly developed by Tzu Chi and the Fashion Design Department of Chien University. Each piece of clothing is a treasure that students found at a local recycling station.
When making these clothes, we aim to regenerate these old clothes. We made different designs and interpretations to bring everyone's attention to the topic of environmental protection.
Using resources that already exist leads us to be more creative. We need to think how to turn these useless items into something that can be worn, turning waste into treasure. This is the highest criteria for our environmental education exhibition.
Innovation and creativity helps break the stigma of secondhand clothes, allowing them to be just the latest trend when it comes to environmental protection.
In the 7th lunar month, Indonesian city volunteers launched a vegetarian campaign. A kitchen volunteer made good use of her cooking skills, making delicious vegetarian dishes to call on everyone to embrace vegetarianism.
Dari 10 hari sebelumnya kita udah buka PO.
10 days ago, we launched a reservation for vegetarian meal boxes, and the number of orders received has exceeded our expectations.
Jadi dari situ dibuka udah PO. Kita aja kemarin udah lebih dari PO sih.
In response to the promotion of vegetarianism during the auspicious month, City volunteers prepared banana leaf rice, which is a traditional Indonesian cuisine, as a staple of meal boxes, and showed their determination to go meatless by tasty veggie dishes.
For me, if someone wants to become vegetarian, it depends on his own determination and motivation. If he doesn't have any, he must have many reasons for not going meatless. For example, it's difficult to find vegetarian food to eat, etc. So it all depends on one's determination. As long as there's determination, no matter how difficult it is to find vegetarian food to eat, one should try his best to find a solution.
Widianti Tiasladi, who is 60 years old, has been a kitchen volunteer for more than 10 years. She hopes to inspire more people to go meatless by her cooking skills.
Memang Master juga tekankan untuk ngajak orang berbuat baik itu gampang. Ayo kita ini ada baksos, ada apa, gampang banget.
The master once said that it's easy to drive people to do good deeds, but it's difficult to motivate someone to become a vegetarian. So we have to make it easy for people to eat vegetarian food, especially in the auspicious month, so that they can find out vegetarian food like bean cake and tofu is indeed as tasty as meat dishes.
Ternyata makan vegetarian tuh meskipun dengan tempe dan tahu ternyata lumayan enak gitu, supaya mereka tertarik.
Qiu Xiaochen, a gynecologist at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, was a meat eater when she was a student. Later, she worked at Tzu Chi Hospital and was influenced by relatives and friends to go meatless. She now promotes the correct concept of vegetarianism to pregnant mothers.
黄小姐应该对，就是我们的素食宝宝会不会就是在生长发育上，因为吃素就没有办法长得 健康啊、强壮这样子。
Obstetrician gynecologist Qiu Xiaochen is sharing related knowledge about vegetarianism and baby nutrition with a vegetarian pregnant mother in her clinic. As a professional doctor and a vegetarian for many years, she has a lot to share about vegetarian nutrition.
When I was studying at Tzu Chi University, I often met Master Chien, who often promoted some correct concepts of vegetarianism with us. After graduation, I also had a good opportunity to meet my husband. All his family members have adopted a vegetarian diet since childhood. So on the first day I started working at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, I made a vow to go vegetarian from that day.
It has been more than 5 years since her first day of being strict vegetarian, and her husband, who is also a doctor, has been a vegetarian for more than 20 years. Last year, the couple specially designed a full table of vegetarian meals for their wedding banquet to share with their family and friends. To Dr. Qiu, going meatless is not only out of compassion, but it's also good for health.
I think my body is healthier and my skin has also improved. Actually, if you go vegetarian for a while, your body will indicate to you that it is less burdened.
好，我们把它捞干净。OK。然后这个就是网络上买得到的全素的青酱，它是果。
Because she and her husband are both vegan and like to cook, they practice their cooking skills after getting married.
这是未来肉，就是 Beyond Meat， 那它有很丰富的蛋白质。
She uses a variety of new, nutritious, healthy, and tasty ingredients to make delicious dishes, which are a reward for her hard work. She is more willing to promote the concepts and culture of vegetarianism to her colleagues.
嗨，我们来了！这是今天做的青酱意大利面，这是未来肉汉堡，然后还有这是味噌汤。
Although she had a meat diet before and once had questions about a meatless diet, after becoming a vegetarian, Dr. Qiu discovered that going vegetarian is not a loss, not a deprivation of appetite, but actually more benefits to one's body, mind, and soul.
Tzu Chi volunteers promote the correct belief of the auspicious month in communities over the years. This year, due to the epidemic, volunteers have stepped up the promotion of vegetarianism and plastic reduction.
How to cook delicious vegetarian food at home? The experienced kitchen volunteers are teaching the tricks.
These are all very easy to buy in the ordinary market. You can add whatever you got from the market. It doesn't necessarily mean that you must add those I cooked today. You can add whatever you like to the dishes.
In order to promote vegetarianism, Shih volunteers in Banqiao not only cook vegetarian food for people to try, but also demonstrate how to cook them. With the ingredients that are easily available in the market, people can make a lot of changes with some creativity.
To make delicious vegetarian food, it does not need any special ingredients, but just the color, smell, and taste of the dish. A nice knife skill can also help attract people to eat.
Now, most of the children don't like to dine at home, but I think what the volunteer cooked today should be acceptable. I have learned a lot. It's very amazing.
During the 7th lunar month, volunteers promote righteous thoughts in communities. Even the elders of the senior class have changed their traditional ideas.
For the past 2 to 3 years, we have been promoting that the 7th lunar month is not called the ghost month, but auspicious month.
Volunteers' surprise expression shows that Qi's advocacy has been successful. The next step is to change everyone's eating habits.
Volunteers told us to try adopting a vegetarian diet because it is good to the earth. So it's necessary to advocate this idea to everyone.
During the auspicious month, volunteers promoted vegetarianism through a blessing ceremony in community and also advocated reducing the use of plastic bags so that everyone can practice recycling at the origin.
The Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool in Singapore has launched a Vegetarian campaign. The children put on their animal costumes and pick up vegetarian passports. To land on the food and vegetable planet, they must adopt a vegetarian diet for 30 days.
I am Benefit.
The parrot and the lion happily talk with sign language, and a lively scene of small animals gathering together is on the fruit and vegetable Singapore Qiu Great Love Preschool launched a fruit and vegetable planet campaign. Teachers and the little children worked together to get the preparation done in 3 weeks, including making rockets, designing menus, and decorating their classroom.
The main idea is to let them have an experience of flying to another planet, which is the Earth they want. How we can do to keep this place so beautiful, we need to eat more vegetables and fruits. If we want to live with animals, how we can do to protect this Earth.
Congratulations, dear Chien, you may go to Veggie Planet. Okay, bring your passport with you. Please wear your helmet. Okay, congratulations.
After expecting for a long time, it eventually comes to the day of departure. All equipment is available, but one condition must be met before leaving.
If they want to land on the fruit and vegetable planet, they have to eat vegetarian food for 30 consecutive days so that they can make friends with other animals on the fruit and vegetable planet.
Landing on the fruit and vegetable planet is just one chapter of the vegetarian journey. The children will continue to show their compassion and determination to save animals' lives through their eating habits.
Three brothers from the Shih family are Tzu Chi care recipients. Their house made from sea sand suffers from water leakage. After Tzu Chi volunteers suggested renovation work got underway. Within 2 weeks, a safe new home was rebuilt.
Reinforcing bars are exposed, and the walls show signs of deterioration. This is the home of the Shih family's 4 brothers. After the second eldest brother passed away, 3 were left living together in this space.
There is water leakage in the ceiling. Since this house is built from sea sand, a lot of concrete blocks fell, and the iron bars on the window are also rusting.
The family suffers from a poor economic situation, and 2 of the 3 brothers are low-income individuals. When I have time, I ask Tzu Chi Foundation and their respective volunteers to plan for a care project for the Shih family.
The concrete is loosening, which may cause the structure to break. Tzu Chi volunteer He Xingmu was a subcontractor on construction projects as he leads the team to stabilize this home.
The original structure of the house was already wrong even before construction. Secondly, once we removed the ceiling, we found a giant white ant nest. After cleaning the ceiling, we nailed it back into place.
In order for this house to be waterproof, the top floor's original paint has been changed to new waterproof coating.
The concrete on the top floor is done poorly. This is the cause of water leakage. We have redone the waterproofing, but when there's rain and water leaks in as well as will come back to further improve the house.
Showing their appreciation, the 3rd brother of the family assisted with heavy duties, assisting workers who remove iron bars from the window. The oldest and youngest brother, on the other hand, provided funds for renovation.
The oldest and youngest brother have mental disabilities, but that doesn't stop them from giving. They usually put money in the bamboo-con bank. I hope that they can do good deeds, and I think that both of them are willing to do so.
I'm really thankful to Tzu Chi. The awning feels comfortable, and it's even done with galvanized iron. The lights that come from the windows are great.
The home of the 3 brothers is now successfully renovated, and a celebration ceremony was held. Now, the seeds of happiness are rooted deep inside the family of 3.
In Taiwan, team members have traveled to Ruifang in New Taipei City to provide house calls. This time they divide into 8 routes to go to patients' houses. Although it rained on the day, the doctors still walk to each patient's house to safeguard their health.
大家可能平常住很远，但是用爱呢，可以把大家聚集在一起，把我们的行动力，然后把它付出给关怀给大家。
While it rains slightly, doctors climb the slopes holding umbrellas. They're carrying out an important mission. Grandma Shih is bedridden due to a stroke. Her back sores on the feet are worsening, but the remote region lacks medical resources. Her son can only fasten her to the motorcycle with a rope to take her to a doctor down the mountains.
Cars cannot reach the top. However, it's dangerous to fasten his mother to her motorcycle. He might fall if he's not careful. We've asked Tzu Chi brothers and sisters if they can help this family.
Stand for a while every day. Your feet will become stronger. Practice every day. Be careful not to fall.
Every family faces different difficulties. As TIMA members and volunteers provide medical services, they also heal their mental health.
She said that every month she looks forward to us visiting her to provide spiritual support. It makes her very happy and calms her mind. Otherwise, she feels that her children do not visit her as often as we do.
I have noticed that there is much suffering that they cannot express. It might be because they don't have enough social resources, there's not enough people caring for them or telling them what they can do.
Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital Deputy Superintendent Xu Rongyuan visits an old friend while serving in this free clinic. Liu Huiyi, who suffers from genetic disorder called Wilson's disease, has been doing rehabilitation since undergoing a surgery last year.
This time I look forward to seeing her Chinese calligraphy works and drawings. We can share her drawings with other volunteers through social media. Every time we visit, she also shares the joy she gains from reading Jingsi aphorisms and other Chinese aphorisms.
While alleviating patients' pain is doctor's job, it also brings them happiness.
病人的痛苦呢，能够解除，真的就是呢，当医师呢，很基本的一个快乐的来源。
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi care recipient Han An Lim's brother is sick in bed, and he needs to care for his brother's daily needs. He himself suffers from mental illness. He earns a meager income through foot massage. When the epidemic hit, he lost his job. Tzu Chi volunteers restarted their home visits and found his living environment was messy, so they help him clean up the house.
In this simple house are a pair of brothers, a 68-year-old Ong Aba, who was paralyzed in bed for many years and was taken care of by his younger brother, Hung Ang Lim.
His brother has been sitting like this for so many years and can't move. Seeing how he cares for him, we also learned and shared the same affection.
The brothers have a deep affection for each other, but Hung An Lim himself suffers from mental illness. If he can take care of his elder brother, he can't clean his house. On this day, 10 Tzu Chi volunteers were dispatched to assist with the cleaning.
If he doesn't want to take a bath, we'll use another method. Tell him that we will just wipe him down and he doesn't need to take a bath. The master often said that if the suffering people cannot come out, we, who are blessed, should go in.
We started with Heng Ang Lim as he is suffering and has neglected his home environment. We worked hard the entire time to clean the place. Everything was in tatters. His clothes and his beds were all broken and the bed sheets were ruined, so we came and cleaned today.
Volunteers worked hard to clean, even helped the brothers think of many details to give them a comfortable and hygienic living environment.
After tidying up, it's much different now. It's very clean. It wasn't clean before, but now it's very clean inside, and there's no odor. It's good to see my brother sleeping like this.
It really smelled bad. After cleaning, they'll leave with a peace of mind and be happier, especially now with COVID-19.
Volunteers helped improve their living environment and also sent them blessings, hoping that these brothers will get better and better, both physically and mentally.
In Kaohsiung, a 65-year-old grandmother, Ho is raising her grandson single-handedly. When her grandson was born, her son passed away and her daughter-in-law left the family. As the grandson got older, Ho realized the grandson is deaf and helped him find medical treatment.
In the past, looking at the noisy train station was like watching a silent film to the deaf, Qiu Xiaochen.
He can't hear. He didn't have surgery until after he was 2 years old. Then he could hear. I am teaching him how to take the MRT by himself.
阿贝你好。爸爸离开的是他出生半个月就离开了。
His father passed away half a month after he was born. His mother then left about 3 months after my son passed.
Suddenly, the child-rearing responsibilities landed on Qiu shoulders.
He has a bit of focusing problem, so coming here helps him to train for that.
Tangjie has a cochlear implant and has some developmental problems, but he is at his uncle's coffee shop to work on his focusing ability.
He's my grandson. I must raise him no matter what.
This grandmother overcomes obstacles and helped her grandson find his confidence through swimming.
I didn't think it would happen, but in the pool, he is very attentive and can swim really fast and well when he wants to achieve his goal.
我有兴趣。
为什么？在水里面什么感觉？
就是放松的。
Underneath the water, there is no noise, and he can enjoy the peace and quiet like a fish. But because he can't hear, there are some difficulties to his training.
Besides lip reading, motions are demonstrated for him to see visually.
He doesn't have a good sense of balance, so he's unable to participate in most sports activities. But swimming is very helpful for him.
The grandmother and grandson are as close as can be, and the two are learning and growing together.
远右大个隐蔽。
银币不是银币，银币。我大部分都是用台语讲的啦，为了他。
Most of the time, I speak Taiwanese, but I learn Mandarin for him. I worked hard at it by listening to the CDs the association gave me and work on listening and speaking it.
这个地方只要挪开。
Working on teaching her grandson life skills, Ho has nothing but love for the grandson, which Tangjie can clearly see.
我长大的时候啊，要存钱嘛，要带他去玩，还有带他走一走，还有当他我会照顾他。
哇，好舒服哦！哦，这样好啊，好棒，好，那。
Qiu is not only a grandmother but also a mother to Tangjie. Thanks to her loving care, Tangjie can not only feel the happiness radiating off of her, but also hear her loving voice.
In Kaohsiung, there's a solitary grandmother who runs a grocery store. Recently, city volunteers helped celebrate her birthday so she can feel the warmth of society. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.